our museum, but they've got nice public restrooms in the rear of the building. So that's going to be our first stop. This is the first house in Skagway. It's allowed to have an electric sign. The reason they get to have that is because that is original from the Gold Rush era. We had electricity in Skagway, Alaska 2 years before they had electricity in Toyota City. Kermsey's Curios is also the place that has the billboard up on the rocks. That giant pocket watch. We might have started living in that cabin. News that gold had been found in the lower 48 and the rush was on. Our town's population went from that one guy to about 5,000 people in running 24/7 to try to keep up with the demand for lumber.
Yeah, lots of trees.
We got a nice old train. I don't know much about that actually. I really should learn about it. But the city museum is here. Now this building was originally the first school in Skagway. It was built by the Methodist Church. It only lasted 18 months. Then the gold rush was kind of over. And then, this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. It is 850 square feet. I don't know how that translates. But that was $550,000. Yeah. The thing is, a lot of people.
1 bathroom.
Now, my first 5 summers in Skagway, I actually lived in the campground. That's coming up on the house. Yeah, some of these are RVs. I was in a town with my dad. We got extended unemployment benefits for people that were out of work, and the loans that really kept businesses going. Question, you had to bring your passport, so are we going into Canada? Yes, we are going in. Brandon Hall is beautiful. Yeah, and it flows from the Juneau ice fields. The Juneau ice fields are huge. They're about 1,500 square miles, and they start just over there. Do you see that? Where the rain turns to snow, just gets lower and lower. This building is U.S. Customs. We don't have to stop on our way towards Canada, but on our way back, we will check in with them. It's the overflow from Goat Lake, which is a glacially fed lake that's up on the top in that little notch in between the mountains there. Also drawing water from Goat Lake is this pipeline that you see. The building is sick, but the clinic has mid-level practitioners. So we have physicians associates, nurse practitioners, and they can handle just about everything. No dogs. So when the big trucks carry cargo, carry ore or gasoline, went over that bridge, they would have to slow down 5 miles an hour. And it was just... Skagway on his way to the gold fields during the gold rush. This is actually some of the most difficult terrain to hike. There are paths down here.
Careful, buddy, don't go straight.
Feel free to wander around down here. I do not recommend walking on the snow though. It's very soft. salmon. Just check this out. When we crossed the border, the summit. Generations before the gold rush, and it was another route up to the Indians, the U.S. Canada. It's a 33-mile long trail because you have to drive the complete opposite direction and then north and then back down. It is the highest point on the highway.
Get out.
The highway goes all downhill from here. Go to the gold mines. They either started getting their gear together, or bought tickets, or made it as far as Alaska. Of those, I am amazed at how many completed this journey. If you had been up here, do you think you could have done it? They brought a lot of them with them. And they weren't isolated.